So I may have spent like $2 grand at Stadium Goods, which was dumb. But now we have some sneakers to unbox. What's up everybody, I'm Seth Fowler, and today I'm unboxing 3 pairs of sneakers. All 3 are heat, except one of them actually hasn't come out yet, which is pretty exciting. So here are the sneakers. As you can tell, one of them has already been sort of unboxed. You might have seen it in my entire sneaker collection video a couple weeks ago. I unboxed it for that, and then I just never even looked at it after that. So we're gonna unbox this officially today, and then we've got 2 other pairs. Like I said, one of them's early. Not sure which one it is, and one of them is like a grail that I've been trying to pick up for a minute. So let's just jump into this with the one that I've kind of already started. So as you could probably guess, this is a Nike sneaker. I bought this from Stadium Goods. Like I said, this is a pair of sneakers that came out probably just over a month, maybe not just over a month ago, maybe like 2 weeks ago. And it's something that I'm excited about, but I just couldn't get for retail. So I picked it up at Stadium Goods because it wasn't too expensive, and I think it was like one of those 15% off sales they were having, so might as well just jump into it. So here we go. This is the Brazil Nike Dunk Low SPs. I always feel like I need to clarify that. This is an SP and not an SB. An SB stands for skateboarding, it's got a thicker tongue, it's a slightly different sneaker. SP probably stands for Scholastic Pack or something like that, because these are all based on college colors, I believe. Except for maybe this one, because this is the Brazil Dunk, so this is probably not based on a school, but I don't know. I'm not a huge Dunk fan, I just like the colorway of the sneaker. But here they are. This is the Nike Dunk Low Brazil, looking really, really fresh in this, what OT-Dub calls it a pickle colorway, which I think is kind of funny. It's a dope looking pair of sneakers. You've got this really nice yellow and green upper, and of course, being from Stadium Goods, it's got a Stadium Goods tag. This is not a sponsored video. I just genuinely spent way too much money there over the last couple weeks. So, so on the toe of the sneaker, you've got your yellow leather in the center of the toe and your green leather around the mud guard. This combination is pretty nice. It definitely pops. Let me switch over to the other side of the pair so we don't have to keep looking at that stupid Stadium Goods tag. As you move back on the sneaker, you've got more of that yellow leather and that green leather, and of course, the Nike swoosh comes in green. One thing I was kind of surprised by when I got this sneaker in hand is that they only give you white laces. They don't give you green laces or yellow laces, so you're kind of stuck with this weird, kind of out of nowhere look, which I guess isn't bad. I didn't even notice pictures online of it being different, but I think I would have preferred it if it had green laces, because I feel like that would just tie the upper of the shoe better. Yikes. Okay, but you know what I'm saying. The tongue comes in like a yellow nylon with a white Nike tag at the top. The sock liner of the shoe comes in green. The insole of the shoe comes in green with a yellow Nike logo. And then moving around to the back of the shoe, you've got your standard Nike Dunk heel area. You've got greens, you've got yellows. You've got a slightly lighter shade of yellow when you get to the embroidered Nike logo at the top of the heel. I mean, the leather quality is alright. It's decent. It's pretty much the standard Dunk leather quality that we've been getting on all the previous Dunks that we've gotten this year. It's not bad. It has this nice texture to it, which I like. It feels kind of soft, so it's not terrible leather, but it's not incredible. At the end of the day though, this is just a $100 pair of shoes, and yes, it is reselling for triple that, but if you buy it directly from Nike, it's just $100, so the quality for $100 is pretty decent. As you move down on the shoe, you get to this bright white midsole, which actually doesn't look great on the medial side. For some reason, the green paint is kind of scuffing up onto the white. I wonder why that is. Maybe that's just like a mispaint. Oh, it's happening all over. That sucks. It's not terrible on other parts of the shoe, but it's definitely noticeable. What can you do, I guess? I mean, I did pay a lot of money for this shoe, so I'm not too happy about that, but it is what it is. Then as you move to the bottom of the shoe, you've got this all green outsole, which ties into the upper of the sneaker nicely. I think overall, it's a nice looking pair of sneakers. Something that I thought was kind of funny about this shoe, or I guess just a comment that I thought was funny about this shoe, is that when I first talked about this shoe in the sit or sell video, I called it the Nike Dunk Low Brazil, which is actually what it's called. I think it was in the first hour of the video going live, someone made sure to comment that I was wrong. It was not the Nike Dunk Low Brazil, because there wasn't blue on the shoe, and that I needed to do my research before spitting ignorance. Funny how in that situation, if he had done his research, he wouldn't have been spitting ignorance. It just reminds me of those people who like comment your Yeezys are fake on every video when you get the Yeezys directly from Adidas or things like that. Just people who just don't think before they comment. Not that it's a big deal, I just always think it's kind of funny, but it is what it is. Okay, so next package. I'm not sure exactly which one is which, so we're just gonna kind of go for it. I guess I'll go with the one on the top, see what happens. One is worth a lot more than the other, but the one that is worth less is actually the earlier sneakers. So I don't know which one you guys want to see first, but you're getting this one. Okay, so how am I gonna open this? Here we go. This is a clip, some sort of lighter clip or gaffer clip or something like that. I don't know exactly what this is, but we're gonna use it. Doesn't work very well, obviously. Bare-handed boys today. So inside this box, we have got far-fetched receipt, which is technically Stadium Goods, and we have got a brown Nike box. I'm sure a lot of you guys know what this is just from the box, but I have actually never had this pair. I did win on the sneakers app, but then my payment was declined, which is kind of BS, so I almost had this pair, but I never officially had it. So let's open this up, see what we've got. You guys know what it is by the paper. There we go. The Air Jordan 1 Travis Scott Low. Oh man, this is wild. This is crazy. Look at that. Fire. So I'm sure you already know what this sneaker is. This is the Air Jordan 1 Low Travis Scott. It released last year, I think, during Complex Con. It wasn't like a Complex Con drop, but it released the same time as Complex Con, maybe Complex Con Chicago. I don't remember exactly, but it's an interesting pair of shoes. It's definitely more wearable for some people than the Travis Scott highs, but in my opinion, it's the much lesser version of that shoe. It just doesn't pop in the same way. As you can see, this shoe does come with 4 different sets of laces. The shoe comes laced with some black wax laces, but you also get some black kind of oval laces, some pink oval laces, and then some red flat wax laces as well, which is kind of interesting. You get a lot of lace options. It's a good looking shoe. It's definitely more subtle than the other Travis Scott. I guess subtle if you discount the giant white backwards Nike swoosh on the lateral side. So the sneaker does seem to be a primarily suede or nubuck shoe. You've got a brown suede around the toe, and then you've got a black nubuck in the center of the toe, and then you've got the same sort of material makeup on the side of the shoe. So you've got more brown suede along the lace eyelets, and then some black nubuck in the midfoot. Getting around to the back of the shoe, you've got more brown suede, and then on the top of the heel of both of these shoes, on the left shoe, you've got the Travis Scott face embroidered in red, and then on the right shoe, you've got the Air Jordan Wings logo also embroidered in red, which actually looks really good in red. The sock liner of the shoe comes in brown mesh, and then the insole of the sneaker comes in black, and it varies depending on which side of the pair you're looking at. On the right side, you've got Travis Scott, and on the left side, you've got the Jumpman on the heel, but you've also got the Cactus Jack logo. Then moving around to the medial side of the shoe, you've got your standard Nike swoosh in brown suede, rather than the oversized backwards Travis Scott Nike swoosh on the lateral side. And then underneath the medial Nike swoosh, you've actually got Cactus Jack printed in sort of a glossy red. The midsole of the shoe comes in sort of an off-white or cream sail color, and then the outsole of the shoe comes in a darker brown than any other brown on the rest of the shoe. And I mean, overall, it's a pretty simple Air Jordan 1 Low, and I gotta say, I like it. It's simple, it's somewhat understated, and it's probably pretty easy to rock. I've never actually worn this pair. Do I like it as much as the Travis Scott highs? No, not at all. I think it's a dope sneaker, but it's not as dope as that shoe is. I just don't like this colorway as much. I feel like the black and brown is too understated, and I mean, obviously there's that giant Nike swoosh, but it just doesn't pop for me the way that the other pair does, and that's fine. Like, that's not a big deal. I know people prefer this pair to that pair, but I'm personally not as big of a fan of this pair as the other pair. And you might be saying, why did you buy this? And that's a good question. I don't 100% know. I do think it's dope though, and I probably will switch out the laces to the pink laces, so it might pop a little bit more. Okay, so Travis is out of the way. Let's move into the third and final pair of sneakers. The pair that you guys are probably most excited about because you probably saw what it was in the thumbnail. Okay, so I found a Rejuvenator shoe tree that has a sharp edge that I can use. This is the worst idea, but annoyingly it works. It's not very well. You guys definitely already saw this in the thumbnail, and you probably have a good idea of what this is, but this is a shoe that I'm genuinely excited about, and I'm not usually excited about Yeezy 350s, but this one is different. Not that different, but like a little different. Enough for me to be excited about it. Obviously, the box is your standard Yeezy Boost 350 V2. It comes in natural cardboard. You've got your printing on the top and on the side, nothing on the bottom. You've got your size tag there on the front. Standard. But when you open up the box, you will see that's actually not so standard, because it is in fact the Yeezy 350 V2 Zyon. Huh. That's actually a lot better looking in person than I thought. I kind of dig this. I wasn't planning to keep this either. I was planning to review it and then get rid of it, but I don't know. So like I said, this is the Yeezy 350 V2 Zyon. It was supposed to release in June. In fact, it was supposed to release, I think, on the 13th, but it got pushed back all the way to July. I'm not exactly sure when in July, but apparently it is July. And just looking over this shoe, there's a lot of changes, or at least maybe knit changes or color changes that actually make this shoe feel pretty different. The first thing that you'll notice is this darker stripe along the side, and I think this is actually the first Yeezy 350 that has a darker stripe than the rest of the upper, which I guess isn't that big of a deal, but it really does change the aesthetic of the shoe pretty dramatically. Not only that, but the stitching down the center of the shoe is different as well. It's wider, and it's done in different colors, so it really creates a different look, which I'm actually into. Also, the color blocking on the toe is really interesting as well. I kind of dig that. It's just so different. Like, I realize it's the same knit pattern, and I realize the shoe is the same shoe as every other 350 V2, but just the way they decided to block the colors and the browns that they used really make this shoe surprisingly different. and I'm into it. Other than that though, construction-wise, the shoe is essentially the same. You don't have a pull tab on the back, you've got your 3 stripes on the sock liner, you've got sort of a cream-colored sock liner and a cream-colored insole. Fit-wise, I'm assuming it's the same. I'll definitely try it on for the review, so make sure to stay tuned for that because that will be coming very, very soon. And I mean, overall, it's a clean looking pair of shoes. The sides of the midsole come in a semi-translucent light cream color, and then the outsole of the shoe comes in more of like a darker yellow, or I guess gum color, which is interesting and I like. But overall, it's a pretty nice looking shoe, and even though it's not exceedingly different than any other 350 V2, I think the changes that they made actually make this one of the best 350 V2 drops all year, possibly of the last 2 years. And I'm surprised I'm saying that. I didn't think I was gonna like this shoe that much. Kudos to Kanye. He killed it with this one. I'm impressed. But on that note, that pretty much wraps up the unboxing for today. Let me know in the comment section down below which one of these shoes you like the best and which one you would rather have. The Travis is probably my favorite, but the Dunk is a close second, and even the Yeezy is a close second. I'm surprised by how much I like this shoe. But yeah, let me know in the comment section. Let me know if there's any other shoes you want to see me review or unbox. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you all in the next one.